Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. So, another big day for me, but a little delayed, and I'll talk about that in a second. But let's finish my max luck of Avalon. Yay! Okay. So we'll take a photo of this. Very good. And yeah, the reason why this was delayed is because last month I played Avalon, and I got her up to 97, and then I ran out of time. The thing ended, and I didn't have any more, chances to play it. So I had to wait almost a full month in order for the Avalon quest to come back, and then finish it, which is very frustrating. And I've made this point before, but it's always going to be worth, playing through an impossible or a colossal mission, even if you don't have a good max luck for it, even if you don't use the metal chest for it, because you might get a drop, and then it might be the difference between having a max luck one month or the next month. And that was the case for me. So if somewhere along the line I had gotten 2 extra drops, I would have had the max luck of Avalon a month earlier. Thankfully, however, there was no quest where I really needed her, so I didn't, suffer from that too much. But yeah, finally, here we are, and then just a few days behind where I finished Nidaikanai, so that's kind of cool timing. And then back when I was playing the English version, I was playing, Avalon and Nidaikanai together, knowing that I would not finish those max lucks before the English service was terminated. But just for practice, so that I could, hit the ground running when I started the JP game. And that's exactly what happened. And I'm at about day 215 or so, which I think is pretty quick to do a max luck of Avalon. But anyway, let's look at her stats. She is a speed type, and so HP and attack are pretty low. Speed is almost top class though, over 500. And so yeah, that makes her very good support max luck. She can get around very quickly. Speed is so high that she might even be able to go through gravity barriers fairly well. She has the double null of a null warp, null damage wall, and that is a very rare double null ability, especially on a Pierce character. And then I'll show you what I'm talking about there later. But yeah, that makes her a good partner for Pandora Ascension. They share the same null ability, null damage wall, and then with Avalon's very high speed, she can, get around for longer, and so drag that follow-up piercer longer. And then the strike shot is special. She does have strike shot reducer, so she can get that out pretty quickly. But what that is she tackles a guy, and then she takes away half of your current HP. And then she'll do like a multiplier to that HP, I think it's like 50 or so, and then do that much damage of set damage to the target. And I say set damage because it's not blocked by defense down or like poison defense or whatever. So yeah, you can use that to get through any defense. It does more damage the more HP you have. So you want full HP or as close to it when you use that strike shot. And then, yeah, that's kind of one weakness about Avalon is her low HP. So yeah, you kind of want to use her with other characters with high HP in order to get more use out of that. And then since the damage is set, and since it comes all in one hit, it can be used pretty well to skip gauges of bosses. So that's why I recommend using this strike shot as early as possible in a boss sequence. Not on the last stage, because if you use it on the last stage, maybe that will be some like damage lost or wasted. I like this strike shot, but it's tricky to use. It's not a good idea to use it when you have very low HP, and of course you need a free line towards the, or an open line towards the boss, so it's tricky to use, but yeah, I do like it. I do prefer Uriel's strike shot version better, because she has a 12-turn version, which only takes away 25% rather than half. But still, very, very good damaging strike shot for a drop monster. Then the bump combo, she's got the sub bump of the slice and dice, which I pretty much ignore. And then the main bump combo is the rewind blaster. This is one of the better spread shots. It does not pierce, unfortunately, but still a pretty good bump combo. And then typically speed types, which is what Avalon is, do not have good bump combos. And then also pierce types also do not have good bump combos. So thinking in that context, this is actually a pretty good bump combo for her. And then thinking about which quests she is good for, she's not good for a whole bunch of impossible or colossal quests. She's probably the best max luck for Shambhala. She's got the pierce, null damage wall, and then the strike shot, which can get through the boss's defenses, and then the spread shot, which is good for taking down little guys if she has the sword. She's also good for Kushinada Zero and Brutus, although I would not say that she's ideal for either. For Kushinada Zero, there are the mines, and she's going to step on those and take damage. Not a big deal. I've made the max luck of Kushinada Zero with Rasetsu, and that was fine. For Brutus, though, you kind of want characters with a high attack, so Avalon is kind of lacking there. And then also, the strike shot is not very good in Brutus either, I would say, because you want to get around and you want to take down as many guys as you can in a single turn. But her speed is high, so she can get in more hits than your average Pierce character. So that might be something. Maybe I'll, give Avalon a try in Brutus, but I do prefer Fukahira in there. He's got higher attack, and then also a better bump combo, the blast bump combo, and then the strike shot where he splits into 4, which can help you clear a field. And then for Kushinada Zero, of course, there's Yumiru, who's almost perfect for that quest, so I prefer him there. But the value of Avalon comes from kind of her overall versatility. So for easy quests, she can help you get out bump combos, and her bump combo herself is pretty good. And then also for extreme quests, she's good for a bunch of those. So yeah, her value comes from sort of everyday use rather than high-level quests. So next, let's look at my box, and then let's look at the teams that I use to farm her. And then actually, I did not have good Hatcher monsters for her in the beginning. So I used Free Party to farm her in the very beginning. My first max luck for her was Pito here. She has a bounce with no warp, and she was fine in there. She has a speed and power up, which is good when the boss is alone, and then the rewind blaster again, which is fine. But I finished Yamato Takeru pretty soon after that, and then he was my max luck all the way to the end, and he's awesome for there. Nice bump combo, good strike shot, which can do good damage on the boss when the boss is alone. And then the other team members that I used in the very beginning, one was Shibai, and then she's good because she has a meteor strike shot, which is pretty helpful in the last stage. And then my other teammate that I used was Lilith, who's basically the extreme version of Shibai. So yeah, in the very early days I used a Free Party. But then later I pulled Miroku Evolution, and then she was on my team until the end as well. And then she's good because she has the Chain Lightning Bump combo, which is pretty good, kind of spread out damage. It can help me get rid of the little guys if they have like a last little bit of life left. And then her strike shot is kind of like a targeted meteor strike shot. She tackles a character and then does good damage on everybody of that same class. So I would save that for the last stage, and then tackle either one of the Donatellos or the Galaxies, and then clear the field of that. And that really sped up my clears there. And then later I pulled Undine, and then yeah, she just speeds up the quest just overall. Very good bump combo, the lock-on one-way laser. And yeah, until Undine came along, it kind of didn't matter who you used in Avalon. Because no matter who you use, you still have to get those pinch shots, and you still have to take down guys in certain orders by a certain number of turns. But with Undine, and especially if you use like more than one of her, you can rely on her laser just to, get through without having to do those pinch shots. I do have 2 Undine, but I restrained myself. I stuck to one of her and then one of Miroku, and then I got the clears that way. But yeah, those are basically the only 5-6 characters that I used during the entire process. And then, thinking about which Max Lux Avalon will obsolete, we can go to the Monsterpedia for that. And then let's look at Pierce with null damage wall. And there are still very few drop monsters with the Pierce null damage wall. So let's see. Not looking at limited characters, here is Fukahire, and then he's still really good actually. I'm still going to use him even though I have Avalon. Because he has a Blast Bump combo, so he's good for easy quests where I just want to get through quickly. And then again, I think he's better for Brutus than Avalon. And then there is also Shin Kohyo. And Shin Kohyo, she's also good. She also might be better for Brutus because she has the Slayer that works in there. And then also Meteor Strike Shot, which is better for some situations. The Ascension version has a speed and power up, which is fine, but I think for most cases I would prefer the Evolution. And that's it, basically, for fire monsters with the Pierce null damage wall. And then let's look at Pierce with null warp. And again, very few options here. Here is Rasetsu, who has pretty low stats, so Avalon is going to be better than him. He does have a poison bump combo, so that's something. Otherwise, non-limited characters. Yeah, here's Yumiru. Yumiru has the Minesweeper, so I'll still use him for quests where I need that, especially Kushinada 0. And then he is a super extreme as well, so he's not easy to make. So yeah, actually not a lot of competition. And then actually, let's look at all of the drop monsters with null damage wall, null warp. Yeah, not even that many for Hatcher monsters as well. There is Barojika, Evolution, but Bump Combo and Strike Shot are not super good. And then here is Yamato Takeru 0, who's also really good, but also an impossible, so difficult to make. So yeah, very little competition for Avalon, I would say, as a total package. And yeah, very excited to have her, and I will be trying her out in various places. Okay, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again. Take care.